Hello, this is Bant Lunge, Bant Finale. I don't know if Honest Thief has a name for it, but this is a donation deck list. No, the deck list did not come with a 37 card sideboard. It was actually just these 15 here. But I think the meta shifted a little bit since I got this deck list. I think it was like a week ago. I actually don't like the Forge Tenders. I've never really been a big fan of Forge Tenders at all. So I think these are cards that I would be interested in having over those two Forge Tenders, and maybe even over Surgical. Honestly, Stony and Kitaki you could probably make an argument for those two, especially since it's a creature-based deck. I really like the Gate and Unified Wills right now. I think they're really powerful against decks like Amulet Titan, Tron, and Titan Shift. Yes, agreed. I don't think Anger's actually played that much right now. I think Titan Shift is pretty much Titan Shift and Jund, and neither of those are seeing much play. I also am always intrigued with Meddling Mage in a Bant shell. So, Honest Thief, I haven't seen it yet in the chat, but we will watch this on YouTube. The reason why I'm cutting the two Forge Tenders is I don't think I'm ever going to bring them in. So we have 13. I think I want the whole... I also like Deputy Detention here. Yeah, Meddling... Anger is very good right now in certain matchups. The problem is it's dead a lot of the times, too. But I like how Anger also hits Dredge, and Dredge is, I think, very underplayed right now. Honestly, instead of Surgical, I mean, if this was a Coco shell, I'd probably want Remorseful Cleric, but we don't even have Cord for instant speed shenanigans here. Surgical is great. Yeah, it's good in certain spots. I just feel like a Bant shell without these three cards is odd. Yeah, if I had to cut one, I think it would be Surgical, to be honest. Alright, let's run through a league. This is Bant something. Bant Lunge. You can see my league here. It should have been a 3-2. Scape Shift didn't resolve properly. But luckily, Wizards of the Coast reimburses you. I clicked 6 mountains. You can even... Humble Greek actually made a Twitch VOD on it where you can see that I clearly click 6 mountains. You can even hear the click, and it doesn't actually glow green. It was very frustrating. It's the second time that's happened to me with Scape Shift shells. So, anybody new, welcome aboard. This is the Doom train. Play a lot of Modern. It's really I play very little Arena or anything else. Choo choo. Play a lot of Coco decks. Been playing a lot of Amulet and other primetime decks. I do donation deck lists, which this one is right here. You can see here, basically if it's got Tarmogoyf, Primetime, or Collected Company, I'm probably going to play it at some point. I also like decks like Thalia Stompy, and I've even played a bunch of weird decks like some really bad versions of Temur Moon. Back when Bloodbraid Elf first came out, I jumped on the Bloodbraid Elf bandwagon and was like, you know what? I want to feel the amazingness that is Bloodbraid Elf into Ancestral Visions. That's just a probably one of the most fun, fair things you can do. We're up against Self-Aseek. I've never actually been able to pronounce this correctly. They're usually on prison shells, right? Either way I keep this, I just need... I have 4 finales. Let's pull up the deck list here. Okay. That's the deck list. So right now, to win, we need not that much, actually. We just need Viziers, Eldritch Evolutions, Finales, and those are all pretty easy to grab at this point. Welcome to How to Paint. Yep. I actually use paint way too much. Well, it's a good thing we have Lunge. So do we just win right now? I think we just do. Right? Actually, I haven't used Lunge. Alright, so I pay 2, gains haste. Return target creature card with a converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. So I get to attack with the giant devoted druid. That's what I'm saying here. Yeah, I think this is the Mardu Pyromancer guy. So yeah, just a lot of clicks. Oh, actually, I don't win. That was a punt. I need double white. Garrett, I trusted you. Ah, all right. I'm putting that one on Garrett because I clearly counted. You guys saw me count, right? Yeah, this is actually a any Mardu Pyromancer deck's probably one of our worst matchups. Does not help that I clearly punted there. They're thought seizing themselves to pitch a souls. Cool. So I can finale for 2. They have Thoughtseize and Souls in hand. So if I finale for 2, this is the deck list, I can grab a Druid and have infinite mana next turn and win if I draw the right card. Yeah, I think we just go Druid and hope that they whiff here. They just have a Thoughtseize and a Souls in hand, so I think we just go Druid. Search library. Can you believe this is my first time actually casting Finale on MTGO? Just like that was my first time casting Post-Mortem Lunge. Yeah, I do wish this was a chord also. Okay, they're thought seizing themselves again, pitching the souls. So they are Hellbent. But very good job of flooding the board, and we win if we top deck this. What do I want to sacrifice? I'll sacrifice the Vizier. And I can just win with a giant bird, flying birds of paradise, right? Or I can just win. There's a lot of different ways I can win. I think I'll just grab Duskwatch. All right, well. Yep. Clearly, we won that game because our deck is so great. All right, so sideboarding here is very interesting. I think Deputy of Detention's pretty good at knocking out the tokens. I think it's a decent one of. I think Knight of Autumn is also intriguing because it can gain us a little bit of life. I don't think it's great here. I think Shalai is generally just better. Now, this shell without Collected Company is going to be very rough at winning without the combo. They're probably going to bring in Surgical. Or at the very least, Nihil Spell Bombs. I want the two Gideons. Reflector Mage seems weak. Right? Eidolon, if we were a different type of deck. Unify, I could even make an argument for these three cards here. Surgical on Souls, you can make an argument for, but I think Scavenging Ooze is just better. You can even make an argument for 3 paths to hit their Young Pyromancers before they get out of control. Knight does hit Moon. I don't think we really care about Moon. This list is only running 3 basics. We will never be able to cast a blue spell under Moon without a Dork, and we're probably going to have our Dorks die. I do think Mardu Pyromancer can definitely take advantage of the fact that we're only running 19 real lands, because Dryad Arbor is more of a creature than a land, because I consider it kind of right here. But we do have the incubations to help dig. Unfortunately, it doesn't grab a land. So cards I love here. I think Postmortem Lunge is a very scary card for opponent. I think Tracker helps us grind. Cards I don't like. I don't actually think I want Knight of Autumn. Jace Vryn's Prodigy is interesting. I just don't think it's good enough. Unified Will, I don't think is going to get there. They can flood just as wide as we can. I don't actually think I care about paths here. I don't think I'm going to try to grind them out. I think just having these 3 cards for grind is probably sufficient. So cards I'm going to cut. Ballista is actually really good as a fair card. So is Shalai. They are our win conditions, but they're also just really good fair. A 3/4 hexproof gives out other stuff. Hexproof's really good. Tracker I do like a lot here, actually. So do I like Scoos? I think I'll cut a Duskwatch Recruiter. An Evo. I think I might cut a Lunge. Cut a Noble. Okay. I like the Bird more, simply because it can help us. I don't think we're going to win with Noble Beats. I like this hand. I think we're more likely to win here with a combo, and Bird can block a soul, which might end up mattering here. Yeah, Shalai is just an all-around great card. Let's have to check something real quick. Took the Noble, so I'm just going to go. It means they're not afraid of the Druid at all, which means I either have another discard spell, or they have removal, which is far more likely. So I can drop Tracker, but I think Tracker's just going to die here. I'm just going to go Druid, and the next turn I can go Tracker, fetch land. Or I can drop Shalai. Either or. Unless they have double discard spell here, which I doubt because they didn't discard last turn. I think I'm safe. Wow, if they end up killing our bird, I think this could be game. Is Shalai or Tracker more important here? Without fetch lands, they're not going to be able to kill Shalai. I think Shalai is more important here. Yeah. There's a reason I like fetch lands and lots of basics. Okay, well, that's painful. If I attack Shalai into Nahiri, Shalai gets exiled and all my advantage dies. So I can't actually attack here. You called the Blood Moon. Absolutely. So Nahiri is actually very, very good. Okay. Oops. Click the clue, not the tracker. Duskwatch is fine here. So if they have a fatal push here, I can be in a little bit of trouble. What are they bolting? Bolting Shalai? Okay. Yeah, you can't really play around Nahiri here. So they can -8 Nahiri. If they have Anger of the Gods, I can be in trouble. Okay, they're keeping the Nahiri. It depends on the meta. I really think the reason to go Bant is Reflector Mage. I think that's really the best card. Okay, so they're just going to win with this Nahiri here. Not having white mana is a little rough here. Oh, incubation. Not what I wanted. Just got the bird. Yep. Okay. What I really have to worry about is Fatal Push. I don't mind them losing tokens now because they didn't have an open swamp. This is game 2. Hey Chris, how's it going? I'm telling you, Deputy of Detention would be a decent pickup if we were able to cast it. And if our hand wasn't all Razor Verge Thickets, I think we'd be fine here. Okay, and they have another Reveler next turn because he gets picked up by the Nahiri ability. Yep, one breeding pool, no islands. We don't need blue really that much though, to be honest. Okay, Shalai is legendary, so this doesn't help too much here. Let's see. I think I might cast Bird here, so then I have an extra white mana next turn. Actually, let's just lead off with this. Crack a clue, see what I draw. Okay. So I'm still missing the Vizier in order to combo. I think I would just rather have the extra mana. So next turn, I'm going to Incubation, hopefully dig a Vizier, then Postmortem Lunge on the Druid, and then try to win right there. Running the island definitely has a cost. So here's the deck list right here in a beautiful paint. Isn't paint awesome? If you notice, blue main board is really just the incongruities second half, which we really don't need, and these dorks kind of help us with anyway. So post board, it's just a couple cards too. This is really just a green-white list. I mean, that's really what this is built around here. Stunning. This stunning paint. Okay. I actually don't think I block here. This is 4, 6 coming in. Right, 4, 5, 6 coming in. If I block and they have Fatal Push, they get to kill my Shalai. So I actually don't think I block. And my plan is to win this turn. So I mean, we've dug pretty deep for a Vizier so far and have yet to hit one. Yeah, I don't like the 4 Razor Verge Thickets. I get it's a green-white list, but I really would like an extra forest. I mean, if we just had a basic forest in play, we would have a lot more play around, because then our bird could do stuff. So our opponent has so many blockers, even if we make our creatures infinitely sized with Shalai, I don't even think we win there, right? Yeah. Okay. So we can, once we get infinite green mana, we can Eldritch Evolution and win the game. To start, we need to hit a Vizier, right? I don't think anything's different here. So I guess I need to, sequencing's the issue here. Spark Double on Shalai. So I can, right now I have the win condition with Shalai in play, but they have plenty of blockers, so I can't actually win with that. I can Postmortem Lunge, I guess, buy back the Druid. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to Postmortem Lunge, buy back the Druid, Postmortem Lunge, buy back the Duskwatch, right? So I can Evolution for the Vizier here. So green, right? I just want to make sure I'm not messing that up. Yeah, I probably should do Druid first, just in case they have the something. Surgical. Okay. Let's go Postmortem on the Duskwatch. Okay. Now, green, 1, Eldritch Evolution, sacrifice the tapped bird, and get a Vizier. Okay. Okay, so I have to say, Postmortem Lunge makes interactive decks a lot easier here. Whew! Despite that punt. All right, 1-0. I think the sequencing there at the end was actually important. Definitely good draw with that Eldritch Evolution. Yeah, game one was not great. Game one, we got saved by our opponent having a handful of Thoughtseize and Lingering Souls, which is not great here. Here we're up against Veron Kirto. I think I have to keep this hand, even though if we're up against another Mardu Pyromancer, we're kind of punished. Hey, Funky, how's it going? And play a Noble, pass turn. Hopefully we're not up against a deck that kills our Noble. This is a decent hand for... okay. Alright. Alright. 2 red decks in a row. Let's get punished. Let's get punished. I'm pretty hangry, too. Alright. This might actually be... this might be our worst. I don't think we can win from here. Yeah. If they flip it now, we actually have a chance. Honestly, if they flip this now, we draw land, we draw a Druid, they just hit us for 7, we play the Druid, they swing at us for 7 again, we're at 4. They have no more lightning bolts in this imaginary situation where we have still have an out, and then we can win the following turn. This scenario means that they can't get a Phoenix. Oh, there's the Phoenix, we lose. So because of the Phoenix, if they flip this thing right now, we're going to be either we're going to take 10. We can't take 10 twice, so we lose. But that is the line. The line right there is if they didn't have... they're lightning axing their own horror. Perfect. If they didn't have the Phoenix, right, we would just be taking 7, and they only have 2 cards in hand, so it's reasonable that we could drop the Druid there. None of it matters because... actually, that would have been fine. Assuming... let's just go back. We lost this game. But let's just go back for the just for discussion. If they'd only swung at us for 7 there, right? We would be at 11. I could Postmortem Lunge down to 9, play the Noble. That still doesn't do anything. We needed exactly a land, drop the Druid, untap with the Druid, win the game, and be at... we would have been at 11, take 7, be down to 4, hope that they don't have any removal. Yeah, we just needed a 3 gut shots. Okay, Path Exile is a must in this matchup. I imagine Surgical is also in this matchup too. I also like Reflector Mage, and Deputy can reflip. Eidolon's also really good here. Maybe a Knight. What isn't good here? Normally what I do in this matchup with a company deck is I side out my combo, my Druid combo. This deck can't do that. This deck is all Druid combo. This deck doesn't have the Kitchen Finks win. It also doesn't have the Eternal Witnesses, so you can loop Path to Exiles to grind your opponent to a halt. Unified Will could be good. That's also something we could consider here. I think that 7 was fine. Modern right now has a lot of uninteractive decks. It's amazing we've run into 2 Bolt decks in a row. This is actually the first time I've played against Phoenix, I think, this month. maybe the 2nd. And this month is half over. So what is good here? I think Tracker might be a little too cute. We're not going to outgrind them, especially without Eternal Witnesses. I think we have to keep the combo in, right? Stony Silence, yeah, it definitely hits Mycosync, right? Hits everything else. I'm gonna cut an Eldritch. I don't know if we need the Path because we have the Frog card, and that is something to consider here. Cut a bird. I'm gonna cut another Eldritch here, and I think Reflector Mage is just better than Deputy. I think this is probably among our worst matchups here. So turn 1 Incubation, grab a Druid. Turn 2, drop a Druid. Turn 3, win. This hand's fine. Actually, Finale doesn't work. Yeah, this hand's actually fine. This hand can still do that. I'm gonna, unfortunately, 3 Horizon Canopies is a little taxing on our life total. I'm gonna fetch a basic Forest here. And we didn't hit it, but we do have a Skoos. So Skoos can be nice here. And note we do have a Dusk Watch on the bottom of our deck, and we have no ways of shuffling other than Finale at the moment. I didn't miss anything, right? Nope. Well, we're drawing the wrong half of the combo. Opponent put a card top, card bottom. I think I'm more interested in going Incubation than I am just playing my Skoos here. Okay, that's unfortunate. The Skoos is just going to die there. If I play Skoos in one turn, I get some value, and I'd rather play a Druid anyway. There's the Druid. I don't think it matters, though. Alright, if Druid lives, we win the game. Oh, if Druid lives or isn't flipped. Alright. Over, under? Too late, too late. All you guys are wrong. We lost. Well, they didn't flip her, so there's one less. Let's play the Skoos. There's an argument there for me to make to play Finale, play the Horizon Canopy instead of the Razor Verge Thicket, play Finale for a Druid, and then say the same thing again. But our opponent having a Thing in the Ice on 3, they're definitely going to flip it. Okay, so how do we win here? We win the game if we top deck, yeah, let's go on Beautiful Paint again. If we top deck Postmortem Lunge, we can win the game here. I don't actually think it's worth, because of that, I don't think it's even worth doing anything here. I don't know why our opponent's bolting the Skoos. They should be bolting us, assuming that when they have 4 cards in hand, they've got to have 2 spells, right? If they just bolted us there, they'd be much better off, closer to winning. That tells me that they have a Phoenix in their hand. The reason they bolted the Skoos has to be because of a Phoenix. I just think that's a misplay. Yeah, here, let's just look at this deck again. There's something in the background. You guys don't need to worry about that. Look at this beautiful, beautiful paint. Bask in the glory of paint. Man, I mean, this is one of the reasons it was so like, Izzet Phoenix has kind of fallen on off the radar a little bit, but it is such a good deck. Sure. Okay, let's postmortem lunge. We win the game. Chest Raiders, welcome aboard the Doom Train. Our next stop is evil. Glad to have you aboard. So they have one card in hand. Of note that they do have Pyromancer Ascension still in. So if we were playing something like Abzan Company, Infinite Life wouldn't even win the game because they can mill us. I think what I'm going to do is play Finale. Play Finale, go down to 8, right? I get punched here. I go down to 1. If they have a gut shot, I die. And then postmortem lunge isn't an out. So what are my outs at this point? I could just drop. Yeah, I think my only out here really. So I could drop Duskwatch, right? Play Temple Garden, pass, block with a Duskwatch, hope to draw into the postmortem lunge, or I can just Finale, go down to 8, Finale for Druid, and hope to untap with Druid. I think that's the better line. I'm going to search my library. Oh, they have Spell Pierce. This game's over. All right, next one. Hey, Honest Thief, how's it going? This is your deck. Good morning. I did, yeah, you want to see some beautiful paint? This is a paint job, everyone. So this is your 60. I did change, I think, 3 cards in your sideboard, Honest Thief. I dropped the Burnt and Forge Tenders for, I think it was the 2 Unified Will. I also dropped a Stony for a Kataki. I think that's what I did. I talked through in the beginning of the video why I did that. I think Burnt and Forge Tender isn't great in Modern right now. Of course, we've played Mardu Pyromancer, which we beat 2-0. And thanks to the power of Postmortem Lunge. And then we've played 2 red decks in a row, so it's actually a little awkward. Yep, let's keep this. Yeah, Lunge has been fantastic. Of course, if they had, I think I'm just going to go Breeding Pool Pass here. Of course, if our opponent had a Surgical, we would have just been over. This deck does seem to fold a little bit of Surgical. Another red deck. Another red deck. This is like that time I went to an IQ, and all right, what do I do here then? I think I just still dropped the Druid. I went to an IQ. I was on Noble Sultai, and I said, you know what? I haven't seen Tron recently. Tron's on a downtick. I'm not gonna have any Tron hate in my sideboard. And I faced Tron 3 times. I played like the only 3 Tron players in that entire room. That's what happens when you game plan. I'll just kill it. I don't want you to kill my Druid. I want to kill my Druid. Unfortunately, the way Searing Blaze works is we still lose 3 life here. The way we win this game is with Shalai. Okay, so we actually had the win. Next turn, we're just dropping a Shalai. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that their hand was just full of creatures and they had lava spikes and no bolts. There is a chance. I mean, I know people often talk about how Oh, I get a free scry here. It's cool. Postmortem Lunge is on top. So I don't want to shuffle. I'm going to... Yeah. I need to make sure I have double white, though. So I'm going to fetch a plains here. So because I need double white, I can't actually block, which is what I was trying to talk through. So 2, 3, 4, yep. Plains. Okay, postmortem lunge on Druid. They're tapped out, so I don't have to worry about sequencing this correctly. Green, green, pay 2 life. Vizier. Make a ton of mana. Woohoo! Who needs Kitchen Finks? We have postmortem lunge. So there's a couple different ways we can win here. I'm just going to drop the Shalai. Okay. Alright, opponent concedes the Shalai. Who needs Forge Tender? Absolutely. I mean, we are right now up a game against Burn. Phoenix just wrecked us. Game 1 wasn't even competitive because we kept a 1-lander. What do we want here? I think normally I'd side here in a couple removal spells and side out, like I was talking about before, the Abzan company, normally I'd side out the Druid combo and just lean heavily on Kitchen Finks and some value. But without Collected Company, without Kitchen Finks, we really can't do that. And Postmortem Lunge really lets us stay a combo deck even post-board. I also like Firewalker more if we're expecting a lot of burn. So I want Knight of Autumn. I think I like Reflector Mage. Maybe Unified Will, maybe Paths. What don't I like? Tireless Tracker's a maybe here. I do think this list needs one more land. I think with one more land, we could have maybe done something game 1 against Phoenix. Sideboarding is definitely awkward because normally, like I said, normally I just have room by trading. I'd be trimming chords here, and chords here are effectively the finales. I do think finale is much better in this list than in Abzan Company because finale we don't need chord as much. Oftentimes I use chord as instant speed, grab this or a seer to combo, or instant speed, something like that. But finale also is workable off of 4 mana, where chord you need 5. So this list doesn't lean as heavily on needing to get to 5 mana. Incubation, sure. Don't like Tracker. If we're cutting Incubation, we definitely, I think, need the Paths. I think you're right there. And if I have 2 more trims, Reflector Mage is nice because it's a big body. Yeah, they can really knock us off that. If I have 1 more slot, I need Eidolon is a decent body. Yeah, Unified's a win more card. I think I'm going to bring this back in, one of them. I'm actually going to bring that in. I want to stick to the chance to combo here. I don't love this hand, mostly because of the Dryad Arbor. I'm going to go turn 1 Noble to try to go into a turn 2 Druid. I'm going to keep this hand because of the power of Shalai, but I really wish this Dryad Arbor was a forest. Opponent's mulliganing. Yeah, this hand's got to be a keep. I do wish Incubation could grab a land. Creature or a land. I think that'd make this list a lot smoother. Unfortunately, Horizon Canopy is not great against burn. What I really want to do is power out Shalai and try to win that way. But Grim Lava Man actually makes Shalai not as good because it just means they can just put one removal spell and a Grim Lavamancer activation to kill her. Burrington would be amazing here. Yes. If you told me going into this league that I was going to be facing 3 red decks in a row, I would say you're crazy. You're crazy. Honestly, I think I go Horizon Canopy Druid, hope they kill the Druid, and then go Postmortem Lunge and try to win the game. Right? So let's think of sequencing here. Yeah, so Dryad Arbor is just very medium at the moment. So if I play Horizon Canopy, play Druid, I go down to 13. None of that matters because I'm trying to win really quick here. I'm not actually trying to value go, right? Even though Postmortem does cost me life. They kill Druid. Okay? Then I play a land that I draw. I get to go Vizier, buy back Postmortem Lunge, hope they're tapped out, hope they tapped out with Lava Man, and I can can't even win the game there. Grab something off, grab Duskwatch off Incubation. Yep, that's my line. This is a little risky here, but I need to grab a Duskwatch. I need a lot of things to line up here. I think really I need my opponent to tap out to kill, either to kill or not kill Druid. Druid's dead, right? They're killing the Druid, but I need them to tap out. Like, play a Goblin Guide here. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now we just need to top deck a land. That's not a land. Okay. Okay. Same plan. An Eidolon kills us. Yeah, our life total is very low. I may need to block here with the Druid. We had our window there. We had our moment where we could try to win the game. I just think we missed it. Horizon Canopy. If Horizon Canopy was basics or thickets or something, I think we had a chance here. Okay, how much life do we need? What's the plan? Let's assume Devoted Druid lives. I think we die if... Yeah. I think we're dead if Devoted Druid's dead, right? Because if Devoted Druid's dead here, we're going to need to Postmortem Lunge, which costs 2 life. Canopy costs 2 life. That's 4. That would put us down to 3. I think we still need the Dryad Arbor for extra mana. That doesn't hurt us. So I think we don't block here. And we hope that they don't play a land. Like, if they play Fetch Land or any land, Grim Lavamancer, Bolt, I think we're just dead anyway. If our opponent is sandbagging a land for that play, they've made a very great sequencing decision in that by not playing a land in the first main step. Because I'm right now saying they didn't play it. I have to hope that they don't have it. Because if we did block with Druid, or if Druid dies here, alright, so we cannot activate Horizon Canopy. We can't activate this Postmortem Lunge. What can we do? We have 3 green mana accessible to us. So might as well start by... Yeah, I can't see an out here. I mean, we have the win, right? We just don't have enough life. Okay. I'm going to go up. The only thing I don't like about Reflector Mage is that forces us to get blue. In our current setup right now, we get to stick to green. See, this is just a green-white deck right here. So we get to fetch accordingly, just Forest Plains. We can ignore the breeding pool. I think I like that more than bringing in Reflector Mage. Yeah. Yes, let's play first. Okay, turn 1, Dork. We have a path here. I like this hand. It's got a few things we're looking for. One of them is a removal spell on one of their creatures. Another is a turn 1 accelerant. And it also has green mana that is not Horizon Canopy. So my plan is I want a Finale for a Druid, Finale for a Knight of Autumn. Yeah, Foxman, you are not allowed to go unless you're also making us lunch. So, gotta mail it in. That hand was a win if we didn't have double canopy. Absolutely, yes. Perfect, perfect, Foxman. Let's see what do I do here. Play the Plains. Play the Noble. I don't think Vizier's good enough to play here. The question is, yeah, I'm gonna attack. I have the white mana here. There's no reason not to, and since I'm not playing Vizier, they're not gonna block. Then on there, whoa. I wanted to have a stop on their upkeep and then path the Grim Lavamancer, but apparently I'm not allowed to do that. It's okay though. Our opponent makes it alright for us. Normally, yeah, alright. Yeah, definitely right. Burrington would have been great here. Although I do think against Burn, I would rather have the white card. So I think I Finale. I think I Finale for Knight of Autumn here. Well, I can play a tap land and Finale for a Druid, right? Hold on 1 second. I'm hearing. So I was letting my chickens out, and they're in my garage. It's pretty loud. I do think we want to Shalai more. So I could Finale for gain. I go up to 23 life if I Finale for Knight of Autumn. But I think you're right. I think I want to slow play here. So I'm going to attack. Wait a turn, and then I can Finale a little bit higher. Who knows? Maybe we'll get there with fair beats. I mean, it was so loud. They're just like, I don't know, maybe laying an egg in my garage or something. Sure. Sure. That's fine. Yeah, I think I go to 16 and cast Shalai. I can't think of anything else I'd rather do. They're not dead, but I think they're in a rough spot. It's a light bulb storage unit with a car. Actually, there's no car in it at the moment. If they don't have an answer for Shalai, I think this is just game. Because every turn I can just pump my dudes with Shalai and win a very fair game. Yep. So they could have double bolt though, right? Double bolt does kill Shalai, but it also hurts them. And we don't have search library. We don't have anything besides Shalai. It's not like we have something else in our hand here. Well, they didn't bolt us in response to us casting the Shalai. So now they need to bolt. If they attack with Eidolon, I'm not blocking. Okay. I can Eldritch Evolution a Noble Hierarch into a Knight of Autumn. That will cost me 2 life, then gain me 2 life, put me at 18. I don't think that's worth it. I think I'm better off just attacking with a very large Shalai here. Okay, so now I'm going to activate. Shalai is wonderful. Okay, they can't beat the 4/5 Shalai. I don't know why they didn't attack and at least goad me into blocking there, but because if they had a bolt in hand, they could have offered a trade. All right, let's see if this is going to be an all red deck league. Right now we are 2-1. We beat Mardu Pyromancer in 2. We lost to Izzet Phoenix in an embarrassing 2, although we did have an out. We did have an out there. And we just beat Burn in 3. Deck's feeling pretty sweet. I don't think Izzet Phoenix is a deck we're really designed to beat, and I also didn't have a perfect sideboard plan. Game 1 wasn't competitive. Game 1 was just we kept a 1-lander with a bird, and they killed the bird. We didn't do anything else for the rest of the game. Okay. Dovin. All right, that's pretty sweet. What do I want here? All right, turn 1 bird. If we draw land, right? Oh, we're up against Punt and Wine. Alright, let's say we draw land. I can go turn 1 bird, turn 2 incubation, hit druid, and try to win the game there. I think I need to keep this hand. Zippy and I have been saying... I don't know. I think digging 5 deep for a creature is where I want to be. I do think you need another land. Let's keep this. Yep, so Punt is famously on Amulet. Let's see. Well, the Radiant Fountain doesn't matter much here. We drew the land, so we're in a decent spot. This is like the perfect open you can have right now. Double Amulet. I think we might be dead. Okay. Punt leaving the Simic Growth Chamber in play means he has another bounce land in his hand. I can Eldritch for Druid and then just win next turn, if there is a next turn. I can Incubation and try to hit Druid. Yeah, I think it's just better off to Eldritch here. Okay, this is a turn 3 win versus a turn 3 win. I assume we're dead. Summoner's Pact can grab... Well, if they have another bounce land, that's Titan mana. Right? 2, 4, 6. Drop a Prime Time, and can get another Prime... Oh, actually, at this point, they can just swing for that and either force me to block or die. And I'm dead either way. I think we're dead. Yeah, I wasn't going to hold in our window's really short here against a double Amulet. I do think this is a fine matchup. Amulet stealing game 1, I think, is going to be huge, though, going forward. Really, this comes down to, at this point, the dice roll, because we have a turn 3 win here. There is a chance, though, if Punt doesn't have it. You know, today I learned that you have to actually exile Eldritch Evolution. That's interesting. That makes Jace Vryn's Prodigy a little bit worse out of the side, I think. Well, we aren't playing a red deck here. Just because Amulet Titan's 5 colors doesn't mean it's red. Our first time not playing a red deck. Yep. I just want to see the lands. And then I'm dead. Actually, I guess if I block here, I guess if he goes for the 20 damage, if, like Boros, Garrison, Slayers, nope, because it costs 2 life to activate. Yeah, I'm dead either way. Yeah, because if Postmortem Lunge costs 2 life. Alright. I like Reflector Mage. I like our paths here. Unified Will is possibly okay. Deputy of Attention's possibly okay. Knight of Autumn's possibly okay. But I think our Tireless Striker's gone. Skooz is gone. I think our matchup here is fine. Yeah, he was going to make 10 power. Punt is... I'm perfectly okay with... He's asking why I conceded. Oh, well, apparently he didn't have it. My mistake. Yep, so he can double strike, but he can't, he couldn't pay for pact, so if I blocked, he was dead, so he wasn't actually going to go double strike. All right. I don't think I actually want Unified Will here. Trim a Shalai. Shalai is actually not as great in this matchup. Yeah, I think I like that. I don't think I care about Knight of Autumn. Turn 1 Dork, turn 2 Druid, and we can win the game. Let's keep. Let's go Temple Garden. We need white sources here. I don't believe the running path, actually. I don't think Punt is running path at the moment. Okay, there's this member. Yep, not path. So here, I think I just want an Eldritch Evolution for a Druid. And another Dismember, or we win the game. This could be an Azusa here. Yep. Okay. Okay. Trying to think if we want anything different here. Knight of Autumn might be more interesting coming back here, but I still think Deputy is probably just better in that slot. You like Autumn more than Reflector. Interesting. All right. Try that. I think Reflector Mage on a Titan can pretty much be game over. Okay, we go turn 1 Noble. Turn 2 Incubation, dig for Druid, play Druid if there's an Incubation there. If there's a Druid there, which hopefully there is. And then we get to... This is close. This hand is really close. We do need to keep turn 2 Druids. This hand might be a turn 2 Druid. We're going to have turn 1 draw, turn 2 draw, plus Incubation. We're digging 7 cards deep for Druid. I think that's a keep. I think this hand's a keep. Okay. I'll even thin a little bit here. Yeah, let's go Breeding Pool just so we have it. Okay, he's got a slower hand. Pass here, hold up path. I don't think we're going to win with Noble Beats. I've never, as a Coco deck, I've never beaten Amulet playing fair. Okay, I'm not going to path Azusa. Man, we are digging hard for Druid and not finding her. So I think I'm actually going to crack a Canopy here. And pass. Again, holding a path. His hand's getting to be a little rough here. Hey, Krypton, how's it going? Sorry I missed your chat on MTGO. I don't really check MTGO chat. Also, I leave MTG open all day long, usually, and I'm not actually on the computer all day long. Okay. Yep, that might be one of the single best cards against us right at the moment. Okay, a 2/2 Ballista might be enough to seal it here. I'm going to have to path it. Man, these Dryad Arbors, huh? I'm shocked because this way I can hold up Path and Duskwatch Recruiter. It's fine. Yeah, Dryad Arbor is not... I get that it's good with Evolution, but it's just not great at the moment. So Punt is short on green mana at the moment. That's what's holding him back. Gemstone Mine is another green source. So you need double green to cast Titan. I hope he's given Zeus a double strike. That'd be kind of sweet. All right, Karn. Probably seeing an EE here. Liquid metal coating. Okay, cast 2 spells. Alright, this is a little rough. Liquid metal coating is actually pretty sweet here. Yeah, I don't think we can beat this card because liquid metal coating on Druid shuts us off. I don't think I was considering for a moment pathing Azusa just so I can hit Karn, but looks like they have Dismember anyway. Yep. No Amulet, so I'm actually going to dig deep here. Okay. How have we dug this deep and not seen a Druid yet? Yeah, game over. Okay, so punted game 1 against Punt. And then game 3 we just never saw. Both teams fought hard. Yeah, I should have done the math. Again, that's twice now. I should just have done the math. Don't trust chat. Do the math. You guys are watching me, so I do math, right? It's my job to count. I need to count. Game 2, we saw the deck kind of does really well. Again, I think that's actually a really good matchup for us. I still like Abs and Company more because we have access to trophies, and the Finks, just having Finks is just so great in this matchup. Both teams definitely fought hard. What are we, 2-2? Yeah. Finally didn't play a red deck. That was nice. I think Dovin actually would be pretty sweet here. I think you're right, Thief. Dovin. So I don't have a Dovin. Donovan. Yeah, Donovan's a pretty sweet card. Donovan. When I hear the name Donovan, I think of McNabb, the Eagles quarterback. I do like how, because there's no collected companies, you're not as restricted on how many spells and instant sorceries you're bringing in. That's why I wouldn't actually bring in Thief. I wouldn't actually play Oath of Nissa in this deck. Simply, maybe if I played one, I'd probably play one, like as a 5th incubation, because I think incubation digging 5 deep makes up for the fact that, like we just saw there, Duskwatch Recruiter went 3 and found nothing there. Because we have so many non-creature spells in this deck. So if we just look, like, what are the actual hits? We have Ballista, 2 Shalai, says 24 hits. A collected company deck, I usually run, what, 29, 30. And post board, if we're bringing in things like Path, we're usually siding at the incubations, but all right. So good luck to Punt. He's currently 2-0. If he was streaming, I'd crash his stream when I'm done, but he said he wasn't. Yeah, let's keep this. I just need one more piece. Okay, let's win this one. Red deck again. All right. Question is what type of... Okay, we're up against Burn. All right. You know what? I don't actually mind running Druid out because we still win next turn. Let's just make sure we play the Temple Garden. All right. They Rift Bolt Druid, and we Postmortem Lunge and try to win. Yep. Now they need another removal spell. Or they need to just attack and pass turn. Okay. So let's shock. Green, green. White. Nope. Okay, and that's a game. Sweet. All right, what did we do last time? We wanted Knight of Autumn, Paths. I considered Reflector Mage. Let's trim. I really just don't like Dryad Arbor. Probably Incubations. Yeah. Don't mind having one, though. Opponent was so nice in conceding there. Tracker, that's what the one we cut. Yep. I like Incubation more than Tracker here. Reflector's fine. I don't actually like... I think the reason I didn't bring in Reflector last time was the blue issue. Not needing blue mana post-board is pretty sweet. Like, I'm just going to use this for Incubation. I'm not going to use it for Incongruity. I'm not going to give them a bigger creature. What I will do, though, is I'll use this to dig for one more combo piece. Reflector Mage makes me need blue mana, which, because my dorks are probably going to die, means I have to shock for that breeding pool, which costs me more life than I'm willing to spend. So I think I'm just going to keep this. Yeah, let's keep this. Okay, turn one Rift Bolt again. Okay, Painless Land is better than non-pain land, or Painful Land. What we really want to do is get a Shalai in play. Okay. Draken44, welcome aboard the Doom Train. Our next stop is surely evil. Yeah, I think I just... I really just need one white, so I'm going to get Forest. Lose 2 life. If they have the Bolt, I'm going to lunge and try to win, but I'm still going to... Yeah. So I need my opponent to either not have bolts or play a little silly here. Yeah, Draken, your name seems really familiar. Sorry it's so dark. What just happened? Light up the stage, revealing 2 mountains. But I believe they already played a land for turns, so... Yeah. Alright. Let's try it. Ball on the 12. They need 2 bolts here. Or a bolt and a path, I guess, works. So I'm going to float a green. And I don't actually want the land. I want to lunge them. Let's bring back the druid. If they have another bolt, we're in trouble. Because they bolt right now. Yep, they got it. So, yeah. They need a double bolt. They effectively had it there. Okay, tap for green. So I can Eldritch into a Shalai here. I think that's the line. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Behind on chat here. So we're down to 6. Luckily, our opponent only has 1 card in hand. Okay. I need to draw a land here. If they attack, I think I have to block because I'm at 6 life. Force them to bolt. Okay. Yeah, I think I have to play... If I play Druid, the next turn I can finale and win the game. Yeah. Okay. And if they attack, I am not blocking unless they attack with lethal. I need 1... I actually don't need any life for the Rising Canopy. Opponent shocked. Why would they shock? If they have Path, Bolt, we're dead. I'm fine with that. Someone examine this deck to what? Now, what are they doing? Okay, so they're just killing Shalai here. Okay, so we need to draw well, and that is drawing decently well. Okay. There's a Vizier here. Let's just put that in play. We drew well, we win the game, we end the league 3-2. Yeah, might as well cast Finale for a bunch. No, I should have beat. Maybe I shouldn't have beaten. I did make a mistake against Amulet Titan. I didn't count his mana. So Amulet Titan and Phoenix, with the losses, beat Burn, Mardu Pyromancer. So we could just grab a Shalai for style points here. All right, 3-2 league. First time playing the deck. First time actually ever casting a postmortem lunge, and my first time actually casting Finale of Devastation. I've run a bunch of leagues with Finale, just never actually cast it because it's a one of right now in my Abzan Company deck. So my thoughts on the deck, I like it. I would definitely add another land. Like the first thing I'd want to do here is add. Oh, by the way, I also changed. You had Wooded Foothills. I changed it to Misties. Misties are slightly better, I think. They do the same. You don't run an island, so it's basically the same. I actually think Burn is probably fine here. The only game we lost against Burn was when our hand was just full of Horizon Canopies, and if we had what 2-3 more life, we won that game. Devoted Druid being able to sacrifice itself in response to a path is also huge. So I think I would add. I think I'd add a land. Maybe even 2 lands, to be honest. Excuse me. And cut something. I don't know what to cut, though. Maybe a Duskwatch. I don't know. I just felt like we one of the games we lost. I felt like we lost because we were short a land. Honestly, I might even cut a Dork, but Dorks are pretty important here with the Eldritch Evolution. I mean, I really kind of consider Dryad to be a Dork, right? Turn 1 Dryad is basically a worse version of Turn 1 Forest Noble for Eldritch purposes. Yep. Oh, did not mean to open Steam. Green Sun Zenith, I think, is way too strong. I mean, think of all the decks that run Green Sun Zenith right now. Every Coco deck would run it. Amulet Titan would run it. Is that about it? I mean, honestly, it would probably get to the point where some Tarmogoyf decks would run it. Zippiest Bard. Wow, went even further on the Dork train with the Lenore Elf. I do like the Tushalai Thief. I think the Tushalai is really important. I generally think Mirror Entity is better than Azuri, but this deck probably is a little light on white mana, so Azuri is probably better in that case. Azuri just only pumps up Druid, though. But this is more all-in than I'm used to. I don't actually like Neoform. I think I like Eldritch Evolution more. The reason being I like Eldritch Evolution more because I don't want to need blue mana. I thought the deck ran fine just as a green-white deck that had access to some blue spells post-board. I mean, he's running 4 Neoform and a Jace main, but only 1 blue land. Like, if this gets Field of Ruined, the only way he can tap for blue is his nobles and his birds. Which is probably fine. It's probably okay. 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 All right. All right. That's fair. Yeah, because I feel like one of the first things I look for is mana bases, and I feel like this mana base is not optimal here. Yep. 5-0. That was great. Congrats. We didn't stand a chance against Phoenix. I feel like if our matchups are a little bit different, I think we could have. I think this deck can certainly do well. I just don't think we can. I don't think we can reliably beat Izzet Phoenix. I also prefer Kataki as a second Stony Silence here. Right. I'd probably only want one Forge Tender if you're going to still run it, which, to be fair, in an evolution list, that's probably still pretty good. Okay. Enjoy your work, Krypton. We never brought in Jace once. Yeah, even I don't know if Eidolon's even necessary here. I guess we can. Eidolon's really good against Storm. I think it's probably worth the slot just for that, but. Yep. Yes. When Izzet Phoenix was everything I was playing online, I was running 2 Eidolons main in my Coco list. And then I would, 2 Eidolons side in my Coco list, and then I would bring them in post board. And that was a really good way to beat Phoenix with that list, which that goal was to Eternal Witness, a loop path to exile, keep bringing it back, go from there. Yep, Dovin does a good job there. So that was Bant Lunge. I'm going to do some Qs now. I actually have a spicy deck I'm about to show in a second. So I'm going to end the stream, then instantly restart it to change the name.